The Light Beer Project looks at natural light. Well, we got that tractor over there cutting grass at that dairy farm. Somebody's got a weed eater going across the street. There's some kids messing around in the neighborhood, so expect a lot of distraction here. This is a 16-ounce can. It says the smooth Pilsner with all natural ingredients. Well, you could make the argument it's not really a Pilsner, and I'll go along with that. It's a light American light adjunct lager. Okay. Born on date, April 3rd, 2014, so we're talking about 3 weeks old. It's pretty fresh. Bought this at Racetrack. $1.09 for the can. A little higher than you'd pay, if you bought a whole 12-pack or went to Walmart and bought a 6-pack, it'd be cheaper. But I didn't want all that. 95 calories, 4.2% alcohol. This beer came out in 1977. It was introduced by Anheuser-Busch as a response to the big light beer craze of the mid-70s. Of course, 77 more into the late 70s. But what you had was, in 1973, Miller started test marketing the light L-I-T-E beer, which they acquired from Meisterbrau. Came out in 1967, but it was poorly marketed. So Miller sort of worked on the brand. They reformulated it, I think, and they definitely remarketed it. Instead of being a diet beer aimed at women who are working out, trying to lose weight, they started aiming it at men, young or middle-aged football fans. So they had a lot of success with it. So in 1975, they went national with Light, L-I-T-E. Originally Light by Meisterbrau, now Light by Miller, Miller Light now. It was so successful that all the other companies hurried up and put out light beer, Schlitz Light, which has been going for 4 years. Then you had Anheuser-Busch getting into the game a little late. 77, they decided to come out with Natural Light, all natural ingredients, in response to some stories in the media that Miller Light was made with some kind of funky chemical ingredients. And Natural Light was the flagship light beer from Anheuser-Busch. They say that on their website, and there's different websites for this beer. You're getting a thick white head and a straw appearance, lots of bubbles, typical light lager. You get a little bit of malt, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of even the hop oil in there. It's so faint, but it's there. You know you're drinking beer. Let's go with the taste. Very light, sweet. It's like drinking any other major light beer. This one can certainly go toe-to-toe with all the other major ones. For somebody to say something like, I love Coors Light or Bud Light, but I hate this garbage, I don't think that makes sense, because this was never, it wasn't launched as a cheap beer. It became a cheap beer because of the introduction of Budweiser Light in 1982. But for 5 years, this was their flagship beer. They had commercials for this beer on TV every night with, you can call me Ray, you can call me Jay, but it doesn't have to call me Johnson. It was a very popular series of commercials. It was extremely popular beer. It's still one of the top 10 beers in the country. It's a hugely selling beer. I'm personally not a light beer fan. They're too light for me, for my taste. But there's certainly nothing wrong with this beer. Yeah, it gets an awful score on Beer Advocate. The bros say it's awful. Rate Beer gives it NA, non-applicable. In other words, it's so bad, they say it can't even score a 0. Well, there's nothing bad about it. It's simply just light, extremely light, 95 calories. But to have a ham sandwich or a grilled cheese sandwich or pizza with this, I don't think you can go wrong with it. They got it right now at the local stores for $9.99 for an 18-pack. That's $3.33 a 6-pack. They sell the fool out of this stuff around here. I don't know about your area, but Natural Light sells like mad in cans and bottles, but especially in cans. I see so many people buying those 6-packs of the pint cans like this. I mean, it just is a huge beer in this area. Well, Anheuser-Busch had so much success with Natural Light that in 1995, during another craze, the ice beer craze, and ice beers are still very popular today, but they were really like the biggest thing in mid-90s. They were the bee's knees. So in 95, they came out with Natural Ice 5.9, and they test marketed it. It was successful, so that in 96 they went national with it. Extremely popular beer. Don't sell it in bottles around here anymore, sad to say. I used to love to buy the 12-pack bottles, but they sell it in cans in many stores, and I think it is the most popular ice beer on the market. Natural Ice, or could be Bud Ice, but they're both very big. Ice House too from Miller is big, but these two, Natural Ice and Bud Ice, are huge. Busch Ice too, I think, has its little regional market. And then in 2011, in response to another sort of sub-genre craze, you had Natty Daddy, your high-gravity malt liquors. For people that don't think 6% is high enough of a malt liquor, they decided to come out with Natural Father, lager brewed with Natural Light's all-natural ingredients. So this is like the super duper. You've got Natural Light, Natural Ice, which is extra strength, and the super Natural Father, the Natty Daddy. What you know about that? 8% alcohol. Came out in 2011. What you know about that? So this one is very, it's too strong for me, really. I mean, I like it. It's just too strong and too heavy. And somebody was saying, I thought you said you liked it. Why are you turning your back? Why are you changing? I'm not changing. I'm just saying I'm too weak. It's not the beer. It's me. I'm the one that can't handle it. It's fine. I mean, they do a good job with Natural Father, but it's just my problem. So, too light for me here, too strong for me there, but just right for me here. This is my little baby, figuratively. So I think the Natural line is a fascinating line of beer. They used to make Natural Pilsner, just a regular beer. I don't think that was made for very long. I couldn't find much information about it. I think it was the early to mid-90s, and then they got rid of it. But so if you're looking for an inexpensive but well-made light lager, this is one to have, let me tell you. And I appreciate you watching this video production of the Light Beer Project.